So sometimes when we're feeling lonely or sad or anxious or isolated, overwhelmed by our own unhappiness, it's really hard to see other people, isn't it? I mean, they're these distant people. And it feels really hard to think of having empathy for them, Somehow I'm suffering. What do you mean other people are suffering? But somehow it's a very powerful antidote, In other words, using these two wings of the bird, wisdom and compassion. The wisdom wing is doing the work on yourself, knowing your own mind, working on it, lessening the anxiety, lessening the sadness and whatever. But also there's the other method. The compassion wing is literally the method of reaching out to others. So if we can make the effort, it can be a very powerful antidote to our own misery. That's the thing. When we can kind of get a sense of connecting with others. Even if it catches us unaware and somebody suddenly needs help and you pick up something for somebody, or a little animal gets hurt, suddenly that reaching out for that minute, for that second, it cuts and it lifts us and makes us buoyant, and it cuts for that moment that overwhelming sense of just me, It's quite powerful. I always quote, I know when I think I say this quite often, that when I heard all the teachings about the levels of compassion that we can accomplish, this levels of empathy, the way Buddhism talks, it just seemed overwhelming, seemed impossible. And I always quote it and I always say it. And I remember, but I heard the Dalai Lama say, if you want to help others, practice compassion. But if you want to help yourself, practice compassion. It's really good to remember.